stop. I don't think I got it going before it triggered again. But we had this spike and channel up here, and then we had our first break, and there's two legs down, and then we got a little reversal pattern here. This reversal was right at the EMA, so it's not ideal, but I think we'll get another leg up here, and I think this one's worth risking. I would say this is an aggressive. It's an advanced trade anyway. It seems like every time I try to record a trade, that's the trade I end up having to record, the more advanced ones, because you just have to take what the market's giving you. There was a great second entry back here. It was right here, yep. Or high or low right here. And I couldn't, it triggered so fast I couldn't get the recorder going, so I missed that one. And so I've just been kind of waiting on another opportunity here where I wasn't tied up with something else, and then this one popped up. So I thought I would try to record this one too, just to give you some more looks at this type entries. We're just trying to get a scalp first and foremost, and maybe we'll get a runner here. I'm going to go ahead and move this runner a little higher here. I think we're probably going to attempt to make a new high. So I'm going to move it up here, maybe right in there. We'll see what happens. But again, this is just a reversal. And we may or may not get a runner here. But I'm hoping so. See how this bar closes. That'll probably tell me if I'm going to tighten up my stop yet or not. The market has definitely slowed down quite a bit. It's not nearly as volatile. So this is a much more normal market. It gives you a little more time to think. I've noticed a lot of the triggers have been very fast though, so it hasn't given me a lot of time to get the recorder going. But you know, when you're multitasking, it's hard. I'm going to move this up to one tick below that bar just to lock in some profit, because I'm not confident we're going to get through this resistance here without backing up first. So we'll see what happens here. Yep, there we go. So I got 15 points and one tick on 5 more contracts. So 16 points and a tick basically there. So anyway, not the best trade, but I'm just trying to get at least 1 or 2 examples a week, and you know, I have to take what I get that fits the criteria, and it just seems like every time it's a more advanced trade, because we're seeing more of those when never fails when I get ready to try to record one. That's the opportunity it gives me. So I really hate I missed this high or low off the trend line here, because that was a trade was so quick, and you would have got a perfect runner and exited, because that's where I would have exited, right in front of that trend channel line. And so it was a great setup. And then you had another second entry long here, which was a possibility, but we just came off the highs, so I felt better to wait. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing today. We had the downtrend channel, so it's no surprise that we may try to make a new low. And now we've got a correction here in the middle. If we don't continue higher here, I would look for a possible measured move down. So just assuming we went lower from where we're at right now, that's what I would look at. And that gives us a new low too on this original channel. If you saw my mid-morning chart, you saw my look at the daily chart, and there's some resistance right up in here that we can't seem to get through, right in this area here. And if we do push through that, looking at the daily chart, I get a target of around 4,100. So that's another 200 points higher that we could be going here over the next week or two. So just something to consider. Don't trade on that. I mean, that's why I'm hesitant to show daily charts and show my thinking on that, because it can give you a bias. And and today really most of the trading has been down, except for this little spike in channel here. And I thought maybe we'd get a new high there, but I don't think we are. I think we're going to go lower here now. Just have to see. We're still kind of right in that no man's land where we could still go higher here. We still haven't closed outside that trend line right there, and you see where they're trying to push it higher. But if we continue down from here, I'd look for a measured move and a new low. Yeah, back to the daily chart. That's my concern. I'll just show this real quick for those of you that are not part of our premium membership for YouTube guys. But you can see you had this two-legged correction right in the middle. That's generally the middle of a pattern. We have been turning down off this purple line most every time. But if we push on through there, that's my target at 4,100. We got to get through there. Now, if we don't get through there, it means we might have a big sell-off coming too. So anytime you don't reach a target. But on this daily chart, it works a lot slower, and you got to wait for each day to. And we could have another little tick lower here before it actually goes higher, because there is some resistance right there. I mean, that's some, we hadn't been that high, and I mean, those are all-time highs. So, but you can clearly see by backing out here, we've been in a long-term uptrend. So these trends don't end quickly. Now we've had some these are some rather big corrections, because these are daily bars, so just keep that in mind. But again, that's what I'm looking at as a target. And if anybody's, I'm sure I'll get questions, but this is our envelope indicator that we use, and you can see it gives you a good idea where prices are going to turn. And we haven't been back to that brown. Generally, you'll push up through that brown side before you get a major reversal. So that's why I'm still leaning that this might go much higher here. So we'll just have to see. Again, doesn't mean we won't back up a little more first. But you can clearly see that two-legged correction. That was a second entry long on a daily chart, which would have been a nice trade. That's a 100-point move there. So yes, this price action works on daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart. You just have to have bigger stops and bigger targets and a lot more staying power. So, and then you have to risk the overnight crazy things that happen in the overnight. So just something to think about. But yeah, back to this trade, just to give you a quick recap. I just traded this on a failed second entry short, looking for prices to come back. We have a little bit of a range going on here too, or some sideways action. I shouldn't say a range. Right across here, you can see that. Maybe I'd even move it down to right there. So it's also a bounce off that support area right there. That's another reason I like that trade. But I traded it mostly because it's a failed second entry, and it looks like we had a little channel working higher here. And I really was hoping that on this channel right here we'd get a break and a new high, and that was what I was hoping for there. And we may still get that yet. It's a little early, but that's what I'm looking at. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed another trade. You saw it was a quick, easy 15 points, but no runner. Well, we actually got one tick on the runner, so basically no runner. I call that no runner personally. But that's the way it works sometimes. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com. We'll see you next.